Experiments. Boy, does that word bring up memories. Ever have one of those awful labs in high school? Ever scare you out of your mind?
Oh, it's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Well, never fear. Experimental design can be summed up in three major principles: control, random assignment, and replication.
Check this out. Llama, 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 llama.
Well, maybe not of llamas, but you get the point. The first is control. That is, control of the lurking variables that may influence the response variable, so that the relationship between the explanatory variable and the response variable is unclear.
Sneaky, sneaky, sir.
This can be done by making an experiment with a comparative design. How does one treatment compare to another? On top of that, one must also consider the subjects or experimental units involved. How similar are they? Or is there too much of a difference for there to be a meaningful response? Make sure there's no confounding.
Confound it! The batteries are dead!
The second is random assignment. Now that you have control of the experiment, you need to determine who's going to be subjected to which treatment. That way, the groups are more equivalent. That also means you don't get a choice. I remember what happened to the last guy, I didn't heed that advice. Wesley. What a hoot. Lastly is replication.
Llama, llama, llama.
Carl. In statistics, replication doesn't necessarily mean duplication. Rather, it means to have enough experimental units in each group so that differences in treatment effects can be distinguished from differences by chance selection.
Inconceivable!
Oh no, very conceivable. So conceivable, we're going to do an example. There's some that say that the way a child receives information influences the way they retain said information. To explore this problem, I designed a little experiment to see how well elementary school kids could comprehend the story of the Hunchback of Notre Dame after being taught the story. So my experimental variable would be the kids. For the purposes of this demonstration, let's say I chose 100. But now I need to go in and control for looking variables. To avoid these, I want to make sure that the kids are similar enough, and therefore I've chosen 100 elementary school kids that have similar grades in reading comprehension. Now before we assign anyone, we've got to define the treatments. So for our two treatments, I've enlisted the help of two storytellers. Here we've got Clopin and Mr. McGeezerton. Anyway, what they must do is cover the same plot points and characters of the story, but the style in which they present that, completely up to them. Now, I will randomly assign by chance, out of this hat, who will get which storyteller. Now, because we have a sufficient number of subjects, replication is completely taken care of now. Now, let's get started.
Okay. It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
So, Clopin tells his story, and the kids react very well. Probably because he sings, is energetic, exciting, uses puppets, makes funny voices, and has a falsetto that'll make grown men cry. I'm so jealous right now. McGeezerton, on the other hand, well, the kid's reaction was a little bit like this, to say the least. But it's all in the data. An hour after the story was told, each child took an identical comprehension test that covered the plot points and characters from the story, and the results came out good. for Clopin. Those who learned from Clopin scored much higher on the test than those who learned from McGeezerton. From that we can draw a conclusion that the more entertaining a way a person learns, the more they retain it. Which means if you found this video entertaining, the more you'll remember things for the test. I'm Adam Johnson. Thanks for watching.